Cries of Redemption discusses sensitive topics, including sexual abuse, trauma, and mental health struggles. Listener discretion is advised. If you find any topics disturbing, please prioritize your well-being and step away if needed. While this podcast is rooted in faith and biblical truth, I understand that healing looks different for everyone. Whether you share my faith or not, you are welcome here. My goal is to uplift and support you on your journey. This podcast is meant to offer encouragement and support, but it is not a replacement for personal counseling or therapy. If you are struggling, I encourage you to seek help from a licensed mental health professional. Hello, everyone. This is Janelle Starkey, and thank you for joining me today on Cries of Redemption podcast, where every cry finds hope and healing. Today's episode is a continuation of Who Do I Turn To? The day I post this, it will be my daughter's birthday. She will be 9 years old. Now, let me give you a bit of backstory about my daughter. If you haven't heard some in the previous episodes, then I'll just let you know. I didn't ask God for that wonderful blessing, but He gave her to me anyway. And I am so thankful and grateful to have her in my life. Alexandria is a very special, unique child. And when I say that I was afraid to bring her in this world, I can't express enough how much I talked with the Lord about keeping her safe and me wanting her to be safe, because I have no control over other people and what they do, nor do I have control over circumstances like car accidents or, anything else that could go on beyond my control. I'm like, Lord, almost too afraid to do this. I said almost, but technically I was just completely afraid to do it. After all, when I became pregnant with her, it was around the time that I had found out that my father sexually abused some more little girls, and they wanted to reopen our court case. So, of course, I was extremely fearful of what could happen to her. That was out of my control. And the Lord assured me that He would take care of her. I know I said that so slowly, but it's true. I had to put my trust in the Lord because I already did not see anything good in my future. It was already hard for me to grasp what God had for me. And even though He had made so many promises for me, I just couldn't see it. I was like, Lord, I don't even want to be here. This is all too hard. Waiting on your promises are all too hard. Please just let me leave this world. just let me end things and be over with it. And truly, when I was pregnant with her, I had my very last suicidal attempt. And no, that will never, ever happen again. After all, my sweet baby is in my life now. Enemy can't get rid of me that easily. Really can't get rid of me that easily. And now my heart is set for the people and saving the people and helping my Father win souls over. I have no other desires right now other than to do my Father's will. But even though God made the promise to me that He would take care of my sweet baby, I still had so much to put up with. I believe the enemy wanted to put fear in my heart to make me believe that God was a liar, but He wasn't, because out of every instance, oh my goodness, when I say miracle after miracle after miracle, I mean it was truly miracle after miracle after miracle. So when my daughter was a baby, she had already gone through a few months and not wanting to breastfeed, and she would aspirate time from time. And every single time she aspirated, I would catch it because I was there. It was in daylight. It was when I'm interacting with her. Well, Apparently, it wasn't enough that it was happening during the day because one night, oh, I will never forget that night. One night, I just suddenly woke up and I felt wide awake. And before I could give thought to anything, I look over at my daughter, and suddenly, within the very moment I looked at her, I saw her face go from peacefully sleeping to quiet, silent aspiration. Her literally having her eyes wide open, her arms kind of up, and she just looked like she was being strangled. I immediately picked her up and started doing the Heimlich on her for babies. And it scared me so bad. I said, Lord, I can't do this anymore. I thank you that you woke me up, because clearly she would have died had you not woke me up, because I wouldn't have felt her. She wasn't close enough to me that I could feel her. And her movements were very shallow and it was silent. She didn't frail around or make any noises. It was all silent, and the Lord woke me up to catch that moment. And honestly, I after then, because I told the Lord, I can't do this anymore, it seemed as if breastfeeding was no longer a problem all of a sudden. She stopped rejecting me and wanting the bottle and actually latched on after that night, literally. And I'm like, wow, why couldn't she do this sooner? Because there's a possibility that because of the bottle feeding, she got too much air inside of her, which also could have caused it and played a role. But I couldn't help that because no matter how much I tried, she wouldn't latch or breastfeed. Well, let's skip forward to some years later, and I had a very vivid dream that I woke up, that I gave my daughter her usual breakfast of different fruits, and of course, oranges was a part of that. She begins to choke on the orange. I am doing everything I can do. I am doing the Heimlich for toddlers. I am doing the baby Heimlich. I'm moving through all stages that I have learned, even to the adult way, and absolutely nothing was working. And I'm like, Lord, this is a dream. This is a dream. Let me wake up. Please wake up, wake up, wake up. And then I wake up and I go to the fridge. I prepare her breakfast. Now, mind you, I'm watching her because I did not like the dream. It felt so much like a nightmare because oranges is in her fruit. I'm just like, in my heart, Lord, please don't let that be something I really have to deal with. And lo and behold, after she got her orange, she ate one successfully, but the next orange, what happened? All of a sudden, she didn't chew it up good enough, and she began to choke on it, and it's trapped in her airway. And immediately, I go and I do the Heimlich on her, and instead of it not coming out like in my dream, it was out. It didn't take long at all, and I'm literally freaking out. But at the same time, the Lord just wanted me to be alert and aware of what was going to happen. And I thank God for that too. But once again, I'm like, Lord, I don't like this. I don't like when things like this happen. Boy, it really shook my nerves. Let's fast forward to what, last year? This little girl, while I'm getting ready at my mother's house, we stayed the night over the weekend, and I have gotten her ready for the bus. I'm sitting there getting myself finished up. She's on the floor, kind of leaning near the bathroom, and I'd forgotten there was even a socket there. Even so, she has seen so many videos on YouTube about dangers and what not to do. Don't stick metals or forks, and she has seen everything she needed to see. But for some reason, and I don't know what she had, she took a piece of metal and she stuck it in the socket. There was a huge power surge all over the house. And I heard a shock and she screamed and she ran off. And I was like, Lord, what just happened? And she comes back really quickly crying and her hands are wet. I couldn't even make sense of what was going on. Apparently, she tried to run off and wash her hands because her flesh was burning. And I knew I smelled burning flesh, but I didn't know exactly what had happened. I questioned, did she have water on her hands? And that's what caused it. Like, I couldn't put it all together, and I was so confused. And I take her to the hospital. Just before we went, I got some anointing oil and I put it on her fingers. I said, Lord, I thank you for sparing her because she is alive and she's still here and everything seems to be okay. So all I ask for right now, Lord God, is for a speedy recovery. I just kept thanking him as I rushed to the emergency room so that she could get checked. They checked everything and said everything was fine. And just in case, they, of course, had recommendations for me to take her to the burns clinic out of town. And the doctor there showed us his scar from when he did it, when he was a child. The doctors checked everything and they said they are very shocked because in truth, when there's a power surge, that means there was a huge current that should have gone through her body. But to God be the glory. He literally kept that at her fingertips where she was holding the piece of metal. Nothing in her body was wrong. Nothing was damaged. There was no problem whatsoever. And guess what? Today, you wouldn't even know that she got electrocuted. You wouldn't even know which hand she used because just as I prayed, her hands completely healed. And it didn't even take long. So when I say that the Lord has been protecting her for me, he truly has. One thing I didn't even mention. When she was born with skin covering her vagina. It was blocking her vagina. And the doctor said that it happens sometimes and it will open itself back up by the time she was 5. But I took that as the Lord telling me I will not let anything happen to her, especially as the baby, because I didn't care what age she was. I'm aware that anything could happen at any age, at any time. So God has just been so good to me for that little girl. And I thank God for her. I thank God for her life. I thank God for giving me her. So in this episode, I do a quick little interview with her. It was actually a long one, but my great nephew was over and sadly his crying was in the background of a lot of the conversation. So I just went in and I picked a few things here and there. But it is very important for us to teach our children who to go to in certain situations. I learned myself because of myself. It's one thing to tell a child something, but it's another thing to actually teach them and train them on how to go about it. You can tell a child every day, don't open the door for anyone, but you never know. Somebody comes to the door, they may still open it because they haven't had proper training. They don't really know what that may actually look like until they actually experience it. Nowadays, I mean, you say kids don't go talk to strangers, but somebody come around with a trunk full of kittens and puppies, there's no guarantee your child is going to think wisely. I feel like even for adults, it might be over. They might easily get kidnapped if they fall for something as simple as that. You want to teach your children as much as you can to keep them safe in this cruel world, especially with kidnappings increasing as if it's the normal thing to do now. I mean, and it's sad. It is truly sad. So here's a little bit of my daughter answering questions to the best of her ability. Of course, I talked with her afterwards concerning certain things, trying to make sure we went over things we've already talked about before and made sure she understood what I meant by certain things in certain situations. I will continue to test her every single year, as many times as I can each year, so that she stays ahead of the game and she doesn't find herself in a very scary situation. So, enjoy. Let's stop for a moment. Before I continue, I just want to check in. If anything I've said so far has stirred up difficult feelings, guilt, shame, confusion, please know you're not alone. I understand what it's like to believe something was your fault when it wasn't, to carry the weight of consequences you never deserved. It can take years to untangle those lies, and that's okay. If you need to pause, step away, or take a breath, please do. This space is for healing, not pressure. Come back when you're ready. I'll still be here.
Hi, my name is Alexandria.
So, Alexandria, Emma is walking home from school. A man in a car pulls up and says, "Your mom told me to pick you up." What should Emma do?
She's going to say no.
What should she do?
I don't know.
Emma should tell somebody at her school, an adult, a teacher, the principal. Emma should go find help when a stranger is pulling up that she doesn't know, saying her mom told her to pick her up. Right? All right. James is at the park and a stranger offers him ice cream if he comes close to him. Who should James turn to?
To a trusted adult.
Remember, he's at the park.
Oh.
I mean, he still needs to turn to a trusted adult, but who's the trusted adult?
They're his parents.
Yeah, somebody took him to the park, right?
Uh-huh. And if a stranger walks up to you and gives free ice cream, don't trust the stranger. Stranger, he'll kidnap you.
I'm glad you know that. All right. Lily is shopping with her mom, but she turns around and can't see her mom anymore. What's the safest thing Lily should do first?
Go ask for help finding her mom.
Where should she go to ask for help?
The grocery scanning thing. The girl who scans groceries.
Okay, so you basically going to the cashier.
Yeah.
Somewhere up front. So even though she's just shopping, but you're saying go to a trusted employee, somebody who's working somewhere out in the open. That's a good answer. All right. Noah is home alone when he smells smoke in the kitchen. What's the very first thing Noah should do?
Call the firefighters.
Yeah, how do you call them?
First, you need to put 911, and then you need to duck down, crawl, and then make sure you get out of the house. If there's a fire coming on, the firefighters will spray the fire until the fire is gone.
Okay, great job. And that is important. You call 911. Not mama, not daddy. I don't know how old Noah is, but clearly he's old enough to be home alone. All right, Mia sees a classmate being teased for how they look. What should Mia do? Join in, stay quiet, or tell somebody?
Tell somebody, of course.
Somebody like who?
Teachers, principals, assistant principals, assistant teachers.
Mm-hmm. Great job. Logan forgot to do his homework and he wants to lie to his teacher. What's the better choice for Logan?
To tell the truth.
Why?
Because if you lie, it's bad. It'll get you some consequences. And if you tell the truth, your teacher will say, "Thank you for being honest."
Okay. Well, you remember part of what I told you.
Yeah, when I got on my CFA.
Yeah. Thank you for being honest with your test scores.
You're welcome, Mom.
Jackson feels really sad and like nobody likes him. Who are safe people Jackson can talk to about those feelings?
His friends. His friends. Or teachers.
Anybody else he could talk to?
Oh. One of his best friends.
Who do you talk to when you feel sad and like nobody likes you?
I would talk to my best friend.
That's it? You wouldn't talk to me?
I would talk to and my dad and God and teachers and all of the world.
Oh, you want to go to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on. Ava's best friend says, "Don't tell anyone my secret or I won't be your friend anymore." What should Ava do if the secret is something unsafe or scary?
I don't know even. I don't know, Mom.
That's okay.
She has a gun or something or a knife.
Hey, it's something unsafe or scary.
Wait, a tarantula?
A tarantula?
It jumps on you.
Hey, then what should she do?
Go to the teacher immediately.
Immediately?
Yeah.
Go to a teacher immediately?
Yes.
Okay. Caleb feels angry and wants to hit someone. What could Caleb do instead to calm down?
To walk with his friends and or hit your face with a pillow.
Hit your face with a pillow?
Yeah. That's what I do when I get mad.
Huh? And you want to hit somebody?
No, I want to hit my pillow.
Oh, so you saying you take it out on your pillow?
Yeah.
What's another thing you might do when you're angry?
Count 5 fingers and then throw your anger away.
So you count 5 fingers and then throw your anger away?
Yeah.
Okay. Get the microphone a little bit closer to you. Can you say that again?
I'll count to 5 fingers and then throw my anger away.
I think that's a better solution than hitting your pillow. But if only we all could do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The world would probably be a better place. Thank you again for tuning in to this week's episode. Until next time, please take care of yourself. Hold on a little longer because this is not the end of your story. And you my sister, my brother are deeply and unconditionally loved.
Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. When my life lay down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after me.